Hi YouTube, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another episode of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, or the Stanley Parable 2 as it's calling itself now. And I'm coming back here because it did say the last time we could pick whatever time I want. Hello, AMD. Thank you for showing up on my screen. But it said we could pick our favorite time, so I'm going to be an absolute 8-year-old and go for 4:20. 4:20 a.m., your favorite time of day. Well, could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? No, I could resist. After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Here's how accurate 4:20 am. Let's use another slider to find out how accurate is. It's kinda accurate if you consider completely inaccurate to be accurate. You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I can learn more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. Okay, buddy. Wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. No, get more sliders. And perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Should be turned. Yeah, let me whip a couple new ones up. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. Oh, fancy, fancy. But yeah, there's a ton of endings I've left uncovered so far, and that I think there still might be some new content that I missed. Figurine. Oh yeah, I forgot about the figurines. I need to find all of them.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I think I know which route I want to go down. And also, I'm 99% sure having the bucket completely changes the ending because... So I'm pretty sure this isn't a horror game, but this is really making me think it is. Trust the completionist instinct. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, TBH. Yeah, but that wouldn't be a Stanley Parable if they just told us what would happen. Figlies are hard. I don't like figlies. I'm a Stanlurine kind of guy. Large room, lots of boxes. Oh! Something to do with stairs. That's where I was gonna end up going. I was gonna go to the stairs, which should just be ahead, if I recall correctly. So there should just be...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I went upstairs, so it might be downstairs. Oh, I figured it would be right there.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines.
I like
and
Stanlurines.
I'm torn between Stanlurines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley?
Stanlurine.
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1?
Stanlurine.
Sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Stanlurine. But now that I'm down here...
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Let's go for it.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during...
Because I believe there's another ending down here.
For that. And in such
well, of course there is, but still.
Why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down.
No, you're not crazy.
Am I crazy? He asked the bucket.
No, the bucket.
The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
You got the bucket, of course you're not crazy.
Thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these.
And
he
still
held
is.
the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely
this isn't
no
my
good
bucket.
would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed,
this isn't my bucket. Wait, where'd my bucket go?
Repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious.
Oh, gracious.
Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He
Where-
rushed forward from
where
room to
bucket?
room, passing by one
Bucket?
bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
What?
Come to me, Stanley. find me.
Why are there so many buckets?
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks.
Nope.
He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Nope, I don't see it.
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Nope, I didn't. So the bucket was...
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
No, Stanley. Stanley,
Mariella
actually.
woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security.
But is it her
and went to
bucket?
her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself,
Why?
and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
I had like
Of
1,000
course
buckets.
He'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps
Where was
he
my
didn't
bucket then?
realize he'd
Oh,
forgotten
yeah,
his
it was
bucket
in
at
me.
home in the first place.
But
How cruel!
I had it with me then.
And she
Of course,
had
it was-
her own bucket even
probably, like,
tighter.
that's probably why I died, but...
Time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Do we get a little animation for that? No.
Confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
I don't know if this is my bucket, though. Like, this surely can't be my bucket. I believe that it said somewhere where there was a lot of boxes.
Stanley clutched
And
the
I
bucket
think that's the
tightly
room
to
with the
his
lift in
chest.
it.
This was not the
Because I want to
correct way
collect all the
meeting room.
Stanlurines before I...
But Stanley had
Just to
felt
see
the
what
bucket calling
happens.
to him.
Because probably a million people have done
No,
all the endings
Said
by
the
now.
bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I'm sorry? Huh? What? Can I like make that from on top of the lift?
And why
Well,
or how this bucket
I
was
don't think
speaking
so,
to him.
but
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
I think
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did
Nope.
whatever the bucket asked.
No, I didn't. Sorry, Bucket. I've betrayed you, my
stop.
love.
Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point."
I don't
Stanley,
care.
How could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
It's my
Unless-
bucket.
What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
What?
I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well,
I clearly don't know which
goodness,
one my bucket
I
even
think we
is.
have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game.
I'm gonna stand
if not
on this
addressed
side of the
quickly and
fence.
properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
I don't think I should. Alright. I thought I could... What?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you
Am I in
is
a strip
bucket.
club?
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll
Oh, no,
ever
this is like
need
a
to know
game
about
show
what
room.
is or is not
You're like,
a bucket.
I don't... Oh yeah, it's like a game show room. Why did I think strip club?
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
What? Now that...
Item 3.
That is absolutely a bucket.
Correct. This is a bucket.
How long is this gonna go on?
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Okay. Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor.
No, it's a
enormous
bucket.
Machine that tills the earth. I thought
Bucket.
this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up?
I don't know, that sounds like a bucket to me.
Incredible. Let's just move on.
You could till the earth with a bucket if you tried hard enough. It's all about your mindset.
Is this a bucket?
Yes!
Correct. This is a bucket.
Thank you!
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Absolutely not.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Item... Wait,
That's
hold on,
what I
can't
love
find
about
the
this. You
next
could
one. Let me
you
see.
can't
It'll be
predict
around here somewhere.
anything. Wait. This is a bucket.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here.
I see a
And
bucket
I don't
clearly
appreciate
right there.
The implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and
Maybe
therefore
it's both
nothing
something and
could
nothing.
possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Oh, the music picked up. Don't like that.
I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective.
There's
What
no
is a bucket?
perspective.
What isn't
There's
a
only
Mere
bucket.
moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry.
No.
But I'm going to erase all buckets
No.
from the game entirely.
No, give me bucket.
Okay, here we go.
No, you can't do this. Can we erase all narrators from the game entirely?
What happened? Is everything gone?
Yeah, everything's
Why
a
did
bucket,
everything
remember?
disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell
Every
you.
thing in the game was a bucket.
Everything's a bucket.
My God, I had no idea. How could...
I told you.
Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
Oh, come on, that's a low
This is
blow.
wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Yes.
We'll know that it's all a bucket. But if
Yes.
you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Disregard the past 15 minutes or so.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
This is how I do it. I thought I had to go do the ending with all of the, you know, memory lane that I did last episode.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Stanlurines. Very soon,
Stanlurines.
the last one. And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them.
I
And
thought
now
the figurine was
we
looking
have them
different,
all.
but I don't think
You
so.
can't go back to when you had no Stanlurines. None of us can.
Figgler on the roof. Why is there a vent here? I forgot about this last time, but now I remember. Don't like this.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real.
This isn't the
anymore.
narrator. Narrator's British, not Australian.
I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
Okay.
Yes.
That's...
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there? Gambhorra'ta.
What? Bucket lore? I'm getting through this quick because I don't want to be a perp for my bucket.
Well. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Reusing the same jokes. Let's go. Left.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone?
Yeah.
Really?
The
I was in the middle of something. Do you have
Stanlurines.
zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yeah. You wouldn't let me bring the
I don't know how
bucket.
to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is
I
a
did it,
real
guys!
accomplishment. This is doing something just
I did
for the
it.
sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Yeah, I
would
did this
tell
for
you that
me.
I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that.
I mean, you
So,
still could.
Instead, I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here.
So do we get a
And now
reward
we
or
can
don't
go to
we?
whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
I feel like
Now
there's...
listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Stanley walked away. I might as well go through the red door. I went through the other one
Thank
before.
God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
It's good cardio.
wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here.
So do I.
Let me show you.
Oh, you just hit me with the door. You just hit me with the door, and you're expecting me to be nice to you.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually
This is
feel
bright.
happy.
Really bright on really dark. That's messing with my eyes. But it's also really pretty. What's in here?
No, wait. Where are you going?
Progression!
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
I said the same thing
Please,
about the
Stanley,
bucket.
No!
I'm alive.
Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
It got prettier. Hold on. Let me admire this for a sec.
There. See?
Oh, it was all
This
pretty
is
for a
what
bit,
you
and now
want.
it's just
This
green.
is where we can both be happy. We really can.
I'm not
If we
happy here. I
stop
don't have a
moving,
bucket.
We just have to stop moving.
I stopped moving, and I don't feel any happier for it.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. No. No, what are you doing, Stan? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
That there's a bucket up here. Or back there, wherever you want me to go. Also, sorry if it's glitching out. I'm noticing, like, on the preview it's glitching out, but I don't know if that'll translate to the actual recording. Whoop.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. This is a lot to take in. And frankly, I don't know if I want to take it in. It's pretty, but it's also out of my eyes.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game?
Yes.
That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
Yes.
You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
You
Am I
killed
reading
my
the
bucket.
situation correctly?
Goodbye.
Or maybe you're
Oh,
just getting a kick
I thought
out
it was
of
rule 3.
I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
Second one. Oh, something
I
actually...
wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
Is that going away? Oh, this is pretty. I like this. But I like my bucket more. I'm sorry. Or what I think is my bucket. Ow, my knees. I can't run. Oh, he doesn't have anything to say anymore. I feel kind of bad. But also bucket. For the bucket!
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
I feel kind of bad. God. That was horrible. Well, now we totally don't have a reward, right? Oh! Okay. This is normal.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Kinda, yeah.
Did it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Quite a
Yes,
bit.
I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Yeah, just don't trap me forever and ever again. Alright, let's do this. I was gonna say, I wish I took the bucket with me, but I didn't get the chance. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. I like this place. This is one of my favorite parts of the new game. Just this little bit here. I do wonder when the hole is going to make a reappearance. What is down here?
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were
You
so
still don't
innocent.
know.
We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Wait, what's this?
And here was a second Stanlurine.
I'm still
You
collecting
found this
them.
one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
My third one? I think the fourth one was under the stairs. And then... then I found this one third.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, behind the boss's office. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them.
Yeah.
I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't
Unforgettable.
be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Does it actually? Is that a thing, or is that something that the narrator just made up?
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room.
Yeah, we
but
weren't
it's here
here.
in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Nope. False memory, my dude. I've never seen anything pink in the Stanley Parable. Then we went out here and
This
found
was
it.
the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh, this is like an old PowerPoint thing. Near the cargo lift, that I did, and I had no idea how to get to it. Directed by narrator, music by narrators, that's why the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Wait. Why does this room look different now? Like, it looks like you put a filter over it. Do I go through here now? Oh, I have to go this way? And this was the last one.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
Yeah, it happened less than half an hour
Who
ago.
can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
Truly was.
Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Yeah, but this was the last one, so it was a little different. Wait, could I... Oh, wait, So now what happens? I have 12 out of 6. I'll walk through the red door just for you.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment.
Oh, that is
Nothing left to
trippy.
do but
I love
move
doing this in
on into
Phasmophobia.
the future.
Staring at
Goodbye,
the
memory zone.
TV with the cam. I was talking! I know you were too, but...
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on.
Then why did
Stop
you...
the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
I have a prediction. The Stanlurines are gonna be back.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember.
I knew it!
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going.
I know I said earlier that you can't, like, predict these things, but... That...
Here's where I made that video.
If they didn't
Don't you
do
remember
this,
the
that would have
video
been
we watched?
such a missed opportunity.
Yes, I love that video.
I've got so many Stanlurines.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Yeah. Yeah, solid pink. What's up there? Oh, it's probably just the box. Still can't open that. And I know there was a door down here. But I can't even interact with it. Alright.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Next one. I didn't think there'd be a memory test for this, but there's gotta be
This was our
one.
second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too.
Oh yeah, I closed the door.
The past is
to do
truly a
this.
wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Because we don't really have a choice.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Stanlurines.
These things are still
I
creepy.
Want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
I now have 18 out of 6. I think I found them all.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
I want more memories too. I don't want to just keep walking.
Oh, yes. The two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
I'll go through 2 doors. Oh, they just lead back to my office.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
Was there?
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
You remember too hard, the world broke.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's
Probably.
it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But
I like Stanley.
I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own.
No.
I can
Don't do it.
I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
No. Well, if
All of
this
his
is
co-workers
truly
were
the
gone.
last
What
run,
could it
you know
mean?
what we have to do. Gotta take a bucket
Stanley
with this
clasped
last.
the bucket tightly to
last
his
run.
chest and entered the door on his left.
God, is this really it?
Never.
It's not talking about the
Perhaps his
Stanlurines
boss's
anymore.
office was where he'd find answers.
Back in the broom
Oh,
closet.
Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet.
Oh,
It
he's
wants
just gonna
the
say
bucket.
that again.
You can feel that, can't you? Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket
We've
walked
been there.
upstairs to the boss's office.
Is there another Stanlurine in here? No, they're all gone. No. Ah. Oh, I'll come back for that. Actually, no, I'm not gonna come back for that. No, let's give Stanley's good ending and then see what comes after that.
to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's
Why is
warmth
that
and
making
guiding
so many
light
sounds?
pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos.
I've already been through this part once, so I'm probably gonna cut a lot of it. Plus, there's something to say. Camera's on.
Monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Nope.
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen, but just as Stanley was about to proceed further,
I
with the mind
don't know how
control
this happened.
facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
Whoops.
Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette
happening?
that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
I'm always craving paninis.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility.
Can I fill the bucket?
This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It
was a big mistake. I didn't mean to do
what
that.
The narrator says, I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
So was... I thought that was the last one.
All of his
Okay, now let's do this correctly. Alright, we're not gonna fall off this time. I didn't even know you could do that. I don't think I ever did that in the original game.
I
love that the door's still there.
He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire
For the
world.
one
At this point, he
ending
could trust no one.
that I can't remember
except
details of right now.
for the place.
Alright, let's see it.
And as the
For real this
reality of his
time?
past began to sink in,
System
Stanley
power?
decided that this machine. Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Was it?
Yes.
Oh,
They had done it.
okay.
Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to...
Come on.
What?
Can't do this
Wait,
to me.
what was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
I can climb that. Just, like, get up here.
Unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. He
even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, or go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it.
It shouldn't!
Stanley
It's a
realized
building!
He would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley
Sure.
thought. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
At least you have the bucket. I had an idea.
Warmth
I'm going back to that one
warm
place where I didn't
ever.
go before because I
Perhaps
wanted the
his
true
boss's
ending.
office was where he coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket.
I know
walked
exactly what I'm
upstairs
doing.
to the boss's office.
Okay, no wait, that's the bathroom. Here? Ow. I don't like that painting. I thought there was a piece of cheese on the ground. Don't ask. I don't know. How long can this go on? Wait, did I just have to press the button the whole time? Oh, do I have to go down?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Wait, did that same computer just have input receive twice? Do I just have to do it on the same
Stanley
computer all
touched the
5
bucket
times? Why is that a waiting input? Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of...
So, I got close there, but I don't think I'll be able to do it this time around. Doors ringing.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Okay. Wait, idea. Thoughts and ideas are happening.
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
I can... What if I do this?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility?
If this isn't any different, I'll skip
He had
it. Waiting input. Yeah, that...
All of his
No!
workers were gone. What could it mean?
I
Stanley
was gonna come
decided
back
to go to
for
the
the head.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh! Huh. I want to see what happens if I did that with the bucket. Why are there so many boxes? Is because the phone call? Did that
It takes a
really?
lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
There's even boxes in there. Are there boxes in there? I can't tell.
To the
I gotta
meeting
see what
room,
happens
but Stanley
with
had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge
wife and the
was
bucket.
simple.
No
Now
hesitation.
pick up the phone.
Is the wife just going to be a bucket? I hope that's the
This
case.
is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak.
Gotta press on. Well, this is a nice place. Well, the other place is kind of nice, but I actually have a lot of room to walk around. And not like 2 inches that were being blocked by the mannequin wife. That's a sentence. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press V to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide
No,
the
I like
glow
that
of
place.
companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Press F to take me back home.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something
we
to
all?
him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
I won't. This is my bucket. Back to work.
I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me?
No.
Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk.
It's not just a
All
bucket,
it would
it's
ever
my
truly
bucket.
do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location.
That's not true. It could also transfer solids.
It doesn't do anything else.
Like a lot of them. Don't listen to the loud man. Press G for us to go back home. Oh, this is pretty.
He's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You
Yeah,
know,
the bucket's
once upon
frankly
a time,
nicer.
it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Dude! Just ignore anyone in your life except for me. Sorry, guys.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of
It's so weird having it be
shiny
dark
bucket.
out.
Well, I'll give it this. The
Because
bucket
I've
does
never
have a
seen
nice
like
shine to it.
It does. I mean, you don't. You Stanley, press O to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't
Can I
quite
watch
look
TV
like
with the
your
bucket?
average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier.
I'm gonna hold my bucket.
More capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press G to relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my god, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
What's happening? When I woke up this morning, I did not think this was gonna happen. Did not think a bucket was gonna take over my
I'm
life.
having feelings for the bucket. No.
Don't talk about having
What's
feelings for the
going on?
bucket with all
Why
these
do I want
candles
to be
around.
with the bucket. Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it.
No.
Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
What just happened? Go back to work, Stanley? I was having a very intimate moment with my bucket, okay? Oh, it's still awaiting input. Oh my, welcome Stanley to heaven. Okay. A lot of weird stuff is happening. Ow, my ears. Hold on. What am I doing? Why am I doing it? I'm pretty sure the only way out of this is to restart the game again. Oh, why does that make me look so red? Don't like that. Anyway. Let's begin again. And not do anything we just did. Waiting input, good for you.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here. Stanley once again obeyed blindly. Now pick up the phone, said the bucket.
No.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things.
Did you see the other ending?
Can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker?
Last ending.
Timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Of course there is.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter
What is
and
that
even
pace?
tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the
No, I
fundamentals
don't
of
think so.
proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come
But
on,
I thought you said
let's
this
head
wasn't
back.
about comedy. You said last episode that this wasn't...
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No, what's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A
What's
dramatic
happening?
display of remarkable comedic wit, which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone...
You know what you do when you know a joke isn't going to land? You tell it anyway. That's what I do.
Just mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again.
God, please no.
Surely that will help me improve my...
I don't want to talk about being dunny with the funny again.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Fine, I'll go to the door on the left.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Yes. Very.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale.
No, my soundboard isn't working. I had the rim shot ready.
In love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word?
It's okay, you got this.
Bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No.
Okay, that one didn't land.
Fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More.
Is that what Stanley looks like?
Videos.
Cool.
Let's see.
But now I have an idea. I think I'm going to do one more.
And entered the door on it. This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But
I think I'm going to do one more run with
calling to him, telling him
for today.
That the employee lounge was simply the
with the
place
bucket.
to be. And here it was.
Because I want to see how it
bucket
changes
turned
different
out to be
endings. Because
correct.
by now
Was
everyone's
no-
seen the original
never
endings and
mind.
knows what's up.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley
Bucket,
took the
however,
door
is
on his
entirely
left to
new,
go
so I'm
back,
going to milk
and so
that
the
for
two
all
of
it's
them
worth.
detour.
I don't believe I've been
good
down.
Stanley, I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What am I looking at? What is...
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley parable.
I know,
It's just sequel
that's the point.
content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their
Why is
favorite
this...
jokes, not this
I almost called that a
bucket
stapler.
that they've
Why
never
is the
seen
sharpener on the
before.
chair?
Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
Yeah, kinda.
We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new.
Can
Yes,
we?
yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
I'm sitting in the broom closet first. Hi, Nancy. Hi, small child that doesn't exist anymore. I haven't forgotten what happened.
Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Did it? Oh yeah, I remember this.
Now this is what
Oh,
the
go
Stanley
back. I
parable
want more
is all
music.
about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Never. Never in a million years. I've bonded with this bucket. It's my bucket. No one will ever take it from me. And I'll fight anyone that tries.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
Never.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Nope.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
I'm not about to
Surely
use
you
this.
don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
There has to be a way out of this.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
Yeah, well, the bucket has
I
multiple
can hear you
personality
say,
traits.
how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about?
The
broom
bucket.
closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort
Yeah, and
of
the
Bucket
broom closet, but
Destroyer
the bucket.
merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
I care not for the fans. I care for the bucket.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
This is kind of blinding.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I simply missed the bucket.
Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No, surely not. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly.
Alright, now
This
I
was
kind of
not
want to see what
the right
happens
way to
now.
the meeting room.
Like,
But
I'm way
Stanley
too
had felt the
curious.
bu-
I'm sorry,
Don't you
bucket.
get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
I'm sorry.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not
I hope
in the
this doesn't
original
get rid of
game,
the
but it's
bucket.
such a well... Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
Does it make
Surely you don't
paninis?
need me to spell it out for you.
It's not working.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the
It's
bucket.
not working.
I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying bucket...
Is there a throw? I'm
Okay,
trying.
the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset
I
now.
am
You'll
trying.
hurry and...
At least I didn't have to give up my bucket. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be it from me for today, at least. There's probably... I think that's most of what I wanted to do so far. I might have enough for another episode, but we'll see. I definitely want to keep playing this game as much as I can, though, so I'm definitely going to try to get another episode out of this. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you did down below. But hopefully I'll see you next time. Have a good one, y'all.